Morning. So it's been many days since we last met, right? It's been roughly, I think 18th, some 15th or 16th of January was my last class. 13th, okay, exactly after 2 months. Okay. So then I think it was not a very good farewell. Okay, suddenly the class got cancelled, I think. Okay. So I think the last section that we were discussing when I finally left is this architectural traditions of medieval India. Okay, Islamic architecture tradition. I think I have given an introduction on Islamic architectural tradition. Okay, some technical terms and stuff I have discussed. So we'll pick it up from there, and we'll move to today. Let's see. Okay, even sculpture, I'm hoping that I'll be able to start. But let's see. Okay, let's not hurry. Okay, let's take our time and understand these concepts well. Okay. So any questions, queries, doubts from the last time? So did you guys at least check the previous slides before coming to class? Yes. So we have discussed very thoroughly the various architectural traditions. Okay, every year, definitely in either prelims or mains, there will be one question on the ancient Indian architecture. That's for sure. Okay, every year without fail. So at least one question will be asked on this section. So prepare well for this section. Okay, it's a good, very good area from where you can expect some questions. Okay, then when it comes to the medieval architectural tradition, okay, not regular, but because we have picked up architecture, we have to understand all dimensions of architecture. So we have to pick it up properly, and we have to do the needful. Okay, when it comes to Islamic architecture too, some technical terms they might be asked as questions. Okay, and UPSC sometimes what it did is a little bit sadistically, it asked some questions, okay, which are very, very tough to solve from medieval architecture. Okay, the kind of stone which has been used in a particular structure. So see, these kind of questions have been asked at some point of time. Okay, so we will learn how to handle these questions too. And I have included a lot of images in slide 2. Did you get your handout? Okay, yes, no. Okay, so architectural continuation handout is there, right? Okay, so we'll discuss from there on. And I think this coming week and maybe a week after that, we'll be able to finish all the sections which are left out. Okay, so art and culture will be done. Then after that, I'll pick up ancient and medieval. One session is left out. Okay, Sri Krishna Deva Raya and others, Vijayanagara Empire I have to teach. And then modern India, one session is left out. Okay, and internal security, I think we need to take some 3-4 sessions in internal security. Okay, so those things will finish off, okay, in the coming week and the week after that. Okay, next week, I think polity classes are scheduled. So the week after, okay, we'll do the sections, okay. So now, okay, we'll pick up from where we left. So Islamic architectural tradition will start. Okay, Islamic architectural tradition. And, okay, so first and foremost, let's have a brief discussion on the Islamic architectural tradition. Okay, how to write something on the board. 1 second. I have to add some slide and write, right? Okay. So first, let's have a brief discussion on the Islamic architectural tradition. Okay, then after that, we'll go to the slides. Okay, first listen to me. So in Islamic architectural tradition, let us try to simplify the things, okay, as they are. First and foremost, in Islamic architectural tradition, okay, if you remember, in Hindu architectural tradition, first we'll see this. Pillar is the most important one. Yes, all structures are based upon pillar. Then the second structure is known as a lintel. Remember lintel? Okay, lintel is the opening around above a window or door is known as, okay, lintel. Okay, the bar which is present there. Then along with that, we also had this beam structure. Beam structure is one more structure, beams. Okay, pillars, beams plus lintel. And along with that, we also talked about one construction technique which is known as corbelling. Remember corbelling? Where the stones are placed upon one on the other and a tower is built. Okay, tower is built by placing the stones this way. 1 second. Remember this? So this is known as corbelling technique. Okay, and one more essential of this Hindu architectural style is usually through this corbelling technique itself, we tend to construct towers like Gopra, Vimana. All of these structures are this way only. And when it comes to the cementing material for this tower, okay, we in ancient India did not have a proper cementing material. We used to use, okay, clay for the sake of cementing. Okay, clay, you understand clay, right? So clay is used for cementing between the bricks. And clay is not a very strong cementing material. Usually whenever it rains, it fades away. So most of our constructions earlier are based on clay-based construction style. Now, this entire system is changed with the entry of Turks into India, because the Turks brought a new architectural tradition into India. And this architectural tradition, it is based on, first and foremost, the most important part is arch. Okay, when it comes to arch, arch has a very, very good pressure distribution system when compared to the pillar and beam model. Pillar beam model may, okay, the edge of the pillar where the beam meets the pillar, there the entire weight of the structure falls on that. Are you understanding what I'm trying to say here? Okay, and naturally, because of this weight at one place, we need multiple number of pillars in order to construct open spaces. Large structure, if you have to construct, then naturally you need more pillars. Are you understanding what I'm trying to say? Okay, that is how, if you go to any Hindu temple, ancient one, okay, then you will find all the mandapas containing multiple number of pillars. Okay, and the structures are mandapa, you might have seen. The mandapas have multiple number of pillars because you cannot balance the, okay, ceiling on the basis of few pillars. And naturally, open spaces will be very less. Are you understanding what I'm trying to say? Okay, because the open spaces will be very less, we don't have in ancient India any of the temples which have large open spaces without any pillars hindrance. Okay, the structure will be there and in between there will be one or the other pillar. So this will actually affect the visibility of a person. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? So this is the case with, okay, ancient Indian technique. When it comes to medieval technique, this arch, it has a very good pressure distribution system. So if you construct one arch at one place, then nearly for a very large space, you need not construct any other arch. Are you getting it? Okay, because this, on arch, so this is what arch is. Okay, the pressure falls, the ceiling pressure falls in a distributed fashion on arch. Whereas on pillar beam, usually, okay, the entire pressure will fall at the interface of pillar and beam. You're getting what I'm trying to say? And arch facilitates construction of large open spaces. That is the most important point first. Okay, more open spaces. Okay, more open spaces can be constructed with the basis of this arch. Then, okay, along with arch, one more thing that they have brought is, the second one is dome. I think I have talked about this. Okay, dome structure. Usually, okay, so this way it will be. And dome also facilitates, one more thing is, in dome too, there will be a large, okay, dome is a method of covering a ceiling. Are you getting it? Okay, so, and it gives a very good skyline if you look from far away. Yes or no? Okay, the pleasing view is given, okay, because of dome. That is the second one. And the third thing is, dome and arch can be constructed only with a good cementing material. If you use clay, then arch will fall. If you use clay, then dome will fall. So for this reason, what they have brought into India is lime is brought as the new, okay, binding material for the bricks and stones. And this is known as lime mortar. Lime mortar technique is one more thing that they have brought in. Arch, dome, lime mortar. Okay, and one commonality between ancient and medieval architecture is, okay, you remember this vaulted roof system? Horseshoe, vaulted shoe, okay, hut kind of thing I told you about. So the vaulted roof system is common between ancient and medieval architecture. So vaulted roof structure is common between ancient and medieval architecture. So all of these are, okay, the elements of architecture, okay, which were brought by the Islamic invaders into India. And based on this, they started constructing numerous, okay, forts, mosques, okay, then along with forts and mosques, they also were very much interested in construction of tombs too. So tombs, fort, mosques, all of these things were constructed on the basis of this arch, dome, okay, lime, mortar and vaulted roof system. Along with that, okay, every structure of Islamic architecture, more or less, most of them had this concept called minaret, okay, which are large vertical spires, okay, poles which are constructed. So minaret is one more thing that I have talked about. Okay, then along with that, when it comes to ornamentation, in ancient India, the ornamentation is based on what? Okay, sculptures of human being, then paintings of human being is also used as a ornamentation. But, okay, according to Islamic tradition, okay, construction or depicting a sculpture, in human form of or animal form is considered to be a sin. Okay, it's considered to be a sin. That's the reason why, okay, these structures, they don't have any animal or human image as ornamentation, except for a few exceptions here and there. Particularly Bahmani Sultanate is the only one which used animal images in their sculpture, okay, in their decoration. Apart from that, most of the images, they don't have any sculpture or painting of human beings. So in their place, what Islamic architecture did is it followed a unique system of ornamentation. And this ornamentation is based on this technique which is known as arabesque technique. Okay, arabesque technique. Arabesque technique, okay, it contains what? First and foremost, okay, I think you know that Persian and Arabic, when they are written, they give a very good pleasing image to the eye. Okay, they look very intricate and intricate way, right? Okay, Persian and Arabic, did you see any time, okay, how they are written? Usually, okay, they have a lot of beauty in their writing. Okay, calligraphically, they look very beautiful. So what they did is, instead of sculptures and ornamentation, they started, okay, using their script on the walls of the constructions. Okay, this is known as arabesque technique. And along with this, okay, they also used one more technique which is known as foliate design. So arabesque means, first and foremost, it has calligraphy. Second thing is it contains foliate designs. Okay, flowers you can use, okay, in order to decorate. So foliate design, calligraphy, okay, and along with that, geometric designs. All three are used. Yes or no? So then if three things are used together, it is there already. Okay, I'll show it to you. Okay, don't mind. Arabesque technique. Okay, geometric designs, calligraphy plus foliate designs, all three of them put together are known as arabesque technique. And this technique is used for decoration. And along with that, okay, naturally, what happens is, okay, if wall is there which is very plain, okay, then it will not be very pleasing to the eye. That's the reason why what they started doing is they started using multicolored marbles in order to decorate the walls. These multicolored marbles are, okay, you might have seen, okay, take the case of Humayun's tomb, okay, red and white sandstone will be there. Okay, then Buland Darwaza is there, okay, very, very famous structure, okay, yellow and red sandstone. So multicolored marbles, they will give some kind of, okay, good pleasing eye to the pleasing aesthetic visual for the people. So Humayun's tomb, okay, all of these things, they are multicolored marble based decoration. Then along with that, okay, they also started using a new decorative format which is known as pietra dura. And this pietra dura technique, what they used to do is, so the foliate designs are present here, okay, they will look like flowers. Flowers will be carved onto marble, okay, or on any stone it can be carved. So once they carve these stones, what they wanted to do is they wanted to replicate the color of these flowers, whatever is present outside on the stone too. So what they started doing is they started picking up very precious stones, okay, like pietra, agate, okay, chalcodony, these kind of precious stones will be there, right? Okay, agate is a stone which gives what color? Huh? Greenish, yes, okay, agate is a green color stone. So what they started doing is they started taking up some precious stones, and these precious stones, they started cutting them into fine layers. And after cutting them into fine layers, whatever flower design is already done on the marble, they will go and, okay, press this, okay, small layers of precious stone onto the flower. Then it is known as pietra dura ornamentation technique. Is this clear what I'm trying to say? So pietra dura ornamentation technique, okay, then along with that arabesque technique, multicolored marbles, okay, all of these things are used in order to enhance the beauty of a building. And along with that, okay, so because it provided for large open spaces, yes or no? Okay, dome and arch, because of effective pressure distribution, it was able to provide large open spaces. And these large open spaces are very much useful for, okay, the Islam as a religion, because Islam is a congregational religion where all people come together, okay, they will congregate at one place and they will collectively worship to the God. Yes or no? Yes or no? Okay, so this way, what they did is, for the sake of their congregational religion, they started constructing large open spaces. And these open spaces are also unhindered by any pillar at any place. Okay, visibility is very important. Then along with that, at the end of, okay, every structure that they constructed, okay, a very small bracketed structure, okay, which shows the direction of Makkah. Okay, because while praying, you have to turn towards Makkah. So in order to show the direction of Makkah, they started constructing these kind of bracketed niches. Okay, niche means, you remember, okay, a small place where, okay, small images are placed in Hindu temples. Okay, niche word I used long back. Okay, environment also I told niche is there. Okay, niche is a specific place where, okay, one animal can reside. So every animal has its own specific niche.
Similarly, niche is a functional space within a structure. Okay, and this functional space is usually present on, okay, the other side of the wall, okay, to which the direction is shown towards Makkah, and this is known as a mihrab. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? Mihrab is, okay, the bracketed structure which is present on the wall which shows the direction of Makkah. So all of these are the new traditions which are brought by the Islamic world into India. And these construction styles, they became immensely popular in the initial stages itself. Okay, so now we'll have a look at the structural features first. Then after that, it's evolution one by one. Okay, Delhi Sultanate, what happened? Mughals, what happened? Okay, Bahmani Sultanate, what kind of innovations were there? Okay, but the structure is essentially the same everywhere. Okay, whatever architectural style is asked of you in Islamic architecture, if you don't know specifically also, you use all these points first. Then after that, okay, 1 or 2 points on the specificity of a said architectural style you have to write. Are you understanding what I'm trying to say? So I mean, sucked out the entire essence and I have put it in the front itself. Okay, this is the architectural style. Now each style, okay, let's suppose tomorrow they ask a question on, okay, the construction style of Tughlaqs. You have to essentially write the same 7-8 points first. Then after that, 1 or 2 points will be specific to Tughlaq architecture. So those things will pick it up. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? Okay, that way we will do. Okay, so temple construction also we did the same way. First the features, then after that the examples. Here also features first, examples later. Examples pay, there is a good possibility of prelims question, but structural issues pay, there is only a possibility of a mains question. Are you getting this? Okay, now we'll go to the slides. I think I've shown this. I have discussed some of these things already, but let's take some time to recap it. Okay. Islamic architectural style. So this, okay, this style is also known as arcuate style. You tick mark the things that I am talking about. Islamic architectural style is known as arcuate style. Then it is based on arch dome. Mihrab is the semicircular niche indicative of the direction of Kaaba. Kaaba is Makkah. Okay. So then minarets are also there. Vertical spires which will be present. Towers. Okay. Then along with that, there are 2 other things: pendentive and squinch. Okay, pendentive and squinch. I have given a diagram of pendentive and squinch. Okay, open this section on. So this is pendentive, this is squinch. Okay, if a dome is placed on arches, then the triangular region which is present here is known as pendentive. If the dome is placed on a rectangular structure, then okay, so naturally there will be some holes, and in order to fill these holes, they used to construct these things called squinches. Okay, whichever Islamic architectural style mosque you go to, you find all these things. Okay, pendentive, squinch. Okay, if all arches are there and the triangular region is there, cut region, then it is known as pendant. Okay, so if you see this rectangular building on top of which the dome is placed, then it is known as squinch. Okay, I think most of you are from some people, or at least majority of you are from North Karnataka. Okay, Gulbarga, Bidar. Okay, all those places you have these kind of mosques. Okay, and along with mosques, there are also many tombs also there. Okay, so all those tombs, they have the essentially same characteristic traits. Are you getting this? Okay, now see this. Next one is, see the features. Okay. Okay, vaulted roof I talked about. Okay, lime plaster and gypsum are used for binding material. Ornamentation, okay. Then, okay, there is a love of light and space. Practical needs of a congregational religion are met. Massive and extensive buildings are constructed. Okay, they also have these lofty portals. Okay, lofty portal means, what is the meaning of a portal? Any open space is known as a portal. Okay, so usually most of the buildings are constructed on huge rectangular bases. Okay, you might have seen Taj Mahal. At least in images you might have seen. Okay, there you might see the Taj Mahal placed inside of a big rectangular stage, and the stage is known as portal. Okay, lofty means big portals are there. Okay, lofty means big portals. Then along with that, open courtyards are also present. Taj Mahal is placed in a garden, okay, with running water at center and greenery on both the sides. So all of these things are done. Open courtyards, lofty portals, okay, were constructed. Did I miss a slide? No. Okay, features may. You see, okay, sometimes what they started doing is they started constructing even larger domes. Okay, earlier the dome used to be a very small structure, and larger domes are known as a double dome structure. Okay, let's suppose if you enter into a building, okay, if you look at the ceiling, if it is there is a big hollow space in the center, okay, will it give a pleasing look to you? It doesn't give, right? Okay, usually it doesn't give. Okay, if you go in and if you see on top, okay, big hole is there, okay, and the ceiling is somewhere on top, then naturally you will not like it. Okay, so what they did is, in order to cover this empty space, they started constructing an inner dome. You're getting this? Okay, inner dome they started constructing, and this system is known as double doming system. False ceiling, yes, it's like false ceiling, but you can walk on it. Okay, there will be an entrance here. Okay, you can enter there, and you can walk on the base ceiling. Okay, on top there will be one more ceiling. This system is known as double doming system, exactly like false ceiling. Are you understanding this? So double doming is one, and they also started constructing huge arches, and these arches are known as a four-centered arch or Tudor arch. Okay, Tudor arch or four-centered arch are, okay, the arches which have a very big expanse are known as four-centered arches. Okay, four-centered arches are, you write there, four-centered arches are the arches with huge reach or huge reach. Okay, with a huge reach are known as four-centered arches or Tudor arch it is called. Then they also constructed this engrailed arch. Okay, engrailed arch, I think last time also I have drawn very poorly. This time also I will replicate the same diagram. Okay, so this way if it is there, then it is known as engrailed arch. Okay, engrailed arch. Then they also started constructing these chhatris, very, very prominent ones. Okay, chhatri is, I'll show the image to later. Okay, a pillared structure on which small dome is placed is known as chhatri or kiosk it is called. Okay, chhatri or kiosk. Kiosks, you know, okay, usually kiosks are placed outside. Okay, small kiosks, banking, ATM kiosk. Didn't hear the word kiosk at any point of time earlier. Okay, kiosks are small shop kind of structures are known as kiosks. Okay, kiosks, chhatris are used for, you write it down, kiosks you write. Okay, an arch replaced pillar, lintel, beam and corbelling. Okay, four things of Hindu architecture are replaced by arch. Okay, and the domes, they started getting this bulb-like structure, which are known as bulbous domes. Okay, and a minar which is attached to the structure is known as, turret. Turret is an attached minaret. Turret is an attached minaret. Okay, and they also use this technique of masonry which is known as rubble masonry. Rubble masonry. Okay, so if you go to any prominent Islamic architectural place, there if you chip the line, okay, which is present on the wall, immediately some sand starts pouring out. Okay, sand or small stones, okay, which are known as rubble. So it means that, okay, once the construction is built on the outside, they used to pour some mud and small gravel into the structure inside. Okay, unlike now, we have a very organized pillar structure, brick structure inside of a pillar. But there, if you open any Islamic architectural style, immediately, okay, small gravel and stones, they start falling out. So that is known as rubble masonry technique with a thick walls. Okay, so are you getting this? So that is the case. Now, okay, I think I have included one image also here. Yes, it's better. Okay, so this is the Taj Mahal. Okay, these are the lofty portals, okay, on which the base is present, and these are the minars. Okay, and these attached minars are known as turrets. Okay, and they are also known as guldasta here. Okay, is the image given? So you highlight it then and there itself. They will ask, okay, with respect to medieval India, the term guldasta means, it means a turret. Okay, guldasta is a turret. Okay, then along with that, okay, you see this is having a bulb-like structure. Okay, can you call this a bulbous dome? Okay, and it is also known as onion dome. Onion or bulbous dome means the one and the same. Okay, then along with that, if you see this, these are the kiosks, pillared structures on which the dome is placed. Okay, they are known as chhatris. Okay, chhatri is given here. A domed and columned kiosk is known as chhatri. Yes. Okay, then along with that, the other prominent architectural feature here is on top of the dome. Okay, usually you don't find this kind of thing, but this is a Hindu influence on Taj Mahal. Okay, that is a reverse lotus structure which is placed on top. Okay, on top of it, okay, isn't it this structure similar to Amalak and Kalash on Hindu temples? Yes or no? So these two are the influences of Hinduism on Islamic architecture in India. Hindu architecture, not Hinduism. Okay, Hindu architectural style may usually you find this reverse lotus structure on top. Okay, then on the top of it you find a finial. So if they ask a question on composite culture of India, you have tried these kind of things. In Islamic architectural style, they started using lotus, reverse lotus structure in order to cover the dome, and they also started placing Amalak and Kalash on top of it. Are you getting this? Okay, so then along with that, okay, if you see, usually whenever the dome becomes large, rather than placing it directly on the rectangular building, what they do is they construct a cylindrical drum this fashion. Okay, this structure is known as a drum. And okay, only in Bahmani architecture, what they did is they converted this drum into an open lotus flower, on top of which the dome is placed. Are you understanding what I'm trying to say? So this drum structure, I'll talk about it later too. Okay, then along with that, okay, these panels which are present on the below, which contain Pietra decoration, are known as dado panels. Dado panels. Okay, and the triangular region, this region is there, right? This is known as pistak. Okay, arch and rectangular place in between there is some place, right? Okay, this is known as pistak, and it contains Pietra based calligraphy. Pietra based calligraphy. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, see, the rectangular region is known as pistak. This region is known as pistak. Okay, the triangular space is known as spandrel. I forgot to tell. Okay, it is known as spandrel between an arch and rectangular enclosure, and the rectangular enclosure is known as pistak. Okay, rectangular enclosure is known as pistak. Okay, I think I have explained all the things. Arch, minarets, base, all the things are done. Okay, lotus is the predominant Hindu symbol used in Taj Mahal, lotus decoration, inverted lotus. Okay, and then finial, ornamental terminating point, which is similar to Amalak and Kalash. Write it there itself. It is similar to Amalak and Kalash. All of these things are done beforehand. Okay. So where did we stop? I think this slide we stopped. Okay. Yes. So yes, sir. Okay. Okay, this is a story, the veracity of which, I'm very doubtful about. Okay, I don't think that it is true. Okay, I don't think that it is true. In fact, he started constructing one more Taj Mahal. This much I know. Okay, so see, Taj Mahal is supposed to be the resting place for Mumtaz Mahal, who is his favorite wife. So it is present on one bank of Yamuna River. Okay, on the other bank of this Yamuna River, he wanted to construct a black Taj Mahal. Okay, for it is supposed to be his own resting place. Okay, but because Shah Jahan is wasting a lot of public resources for the sake of constructing these kind of buildings, okay, son Aurangzeb, he has overthrown him. And after that, he was arrested and he was forced to sit in a prison in Agra. Okay, just looking at a Taj Mahal. Okay, so by then he also started constructing this black Taj Mahal. So there, naturally, if he is constructing a black Taj Mahal, why will he cut the hands of the craftsmen? You're getting this? So he needs them. Yes or no? So logically, if you see, I don't think that it is true. Okay, but is it some authentic source which has given it? I didn't come across the article. I didn't see it. Okay, some rumor. Okay, so it might be a rumor only. Okay, so don't mind it or take it too seriously. Okay, now when it comes to constructions, yes, engraved arch. You remember this Vijayanagara Empire mein, okay, this structure which is known as what is the structure? Okay, Hawa Mahal, not Hawa Mahal. What is the name of the structure? Okay, with engraved arches, Lotus Mahal. Okay, Lotus Mahal. Okay, you open the Vijayanagara architectural style. Okay, the slides just before. In that, there is a place, there is a section called Lotus Mahal. You see the image of Lotus Mahal. Okay, it has engraved arches to it. Vijayanagara architecture is given. There is an image of a small arched structure. Arched structure is there in Vijayanagara architecture. This one. This is the Lotus Mahal, page number 9. Okay, below the Ratha. Okay, Hajara Rama Ratha is there, right? Below that there is an image of this Lotus Mahal. Okay, did you understand engraved arch how it look like? Okay, so that is the case. Now, okay, when it comes to constructions, they usually constructed forts, mosques, gateways, palaces, tombs. Okay, chatris also they constructed. Chatri is the same thing. Okay, earlier I talked about, right? And ornamentation. So when it comes to forts, okay, you can give an example of a fort. Okay, which is a famous town fort which is constructed during the Islamic architectural phase. Can you name any fort? Red Fort is the most prominent one. So Red Fort is one example for a fort structure. Okay, then there are many other forts in Deccan region, Bahmani architecture. Okay, many forts. Can you name one fort in Deccan? Bahmani architectural tradition? No forts are there. Golconda is the best example of a fort structure. Okay, so Golconda is one. Then they also constructed numerous mosques. When it comes to these mosques, okay, there are many mosques which are constructed across the country. Okay, Jama masjids in every city they are present. Okay, so in every most prominent cities they are present Jama masjids. So those are the mosque structures. Then there are also gateways. Okay, gateways may you write the example of Alai Darwaza and Buland Darwaza. Alai and Buland Darwaza are known as gateways. Okay, even Charminar is also a gateway. Yes, Alai Darwaza, Buland Darwaza, Charminar, all of these are gateways. Okay, along with that, they constructed numerous palaces. Can you give an example of a palace constructed during their period? Any? Okay, any palace? Know about this place called Fatehpur Sikri? Okay, Agra Fort. So both of them have palaces inside them. Okay, Fateh means victory. Okay, Fatehpur Sikri is the town of the victorious. Okay, very prominent city and palace which is constructed by Akbar himself. Okay, so I'll talk about it. Okay, I think did we discuss about Akbar? Long back we have done political history. I remember. Okay, Akbar was the last topic that I discussed. Okay, so there itself I talked about this Fatehpur Sikri palace, but leave it be. Okay, then tombs. Any prominent tomb structure? Huh? Humayun tomb is one. Okay, and there are park-like enclosures also for tombs in some places like Gulbarga. No idea? Tombs are present in a park. Okay, Golconda, nearby Golconda also there is Qutub Shahi tombs, because it is in the Bahmani Sultanate where what they used to do is all the generations of the rulers, okay, along with their wives, they used to bury them in common burial grounds, which are huge parks. Okay, huge parks are there. So you can write the example of Qutub Shahi tombs, Humayun tomb. Okay, Taj Mahal itself is a tomb. Okay, so all of these you can be called as tombs. Okay, then ornamentation tradition we'll discuss. Okay, now next one is in ornamentation. They used this 4 kinds of calligraphy, which are known as Kufi, Tugran, Nasak, and Nastalika. Okay, 4 kinds of calligraphy. It means that okay, the same language it can be written down in 4 different styles. 4 different writing styles these are. And of these, okay, this Nastalik has been asked as a UPSC question. You put a star mark there. Okay, Nastalik is one more writing style. And they also used geometrical patterns. Geometrical patterns means triangles, circles, hexagons. Okay, these kind of things were used for ornamentation. Multicolored tiles are used. Floral works are used. Okay, and arabesque pattern means okay, flowing and interlacing lines which contains calligraphy, floral designs, and geometrical patterns. Okay, so all 3 of them are present. Okay, did I give it as C plus F plus G? Same thing. Okay, so you elaborate it. Okay, elaborate it. Then Jali work is one more work which actually the Islamic architecture it is adopted from Hindu construction style. Jali work, very prominent one. So you might have seen this. Okay, so whenever you go to some mosques or other places, there are usually okay stone screens which are very finely carved with small holes to them, in order to permit the light into the interior of the structure. So these are known as jalis. Okay, rather than constructing a solid wall, what they used to do is they used to construct the wall. Okay, then after that they used to intricately carve it so as to permit the light to enter into the interiors of the mosque structure. Okay, this is known as jali work. Then one more is pietradura. Okay, inlay work they have done. I talked about this. Okay, precious stone inlay work. You write precious stone there. Precious stone inlay work. Then they used to construct their buildings in this which is known as charbagh style. Okay, charbagh style means usually the garden is divided into
4 parts, okay, through running water courses. Okay, because in Islamic world, the idea of paradise is usually this way. Okay, paradise is a big garden in Islamic world, and they wanted to replicate the same paradise on earth. So what they used to do is they used to do this charba construction style. Okay, they also used multicolored marbles, which is known as opus sectile. Okay, I told about this. Okay, remember? Okay, red sandstone plus yellow sandstone, red plus marble. So these kind of things they used to do. Then sometimes, okay, only in some images they used to use the image of lotus, bell, swastika, animals, and swans. Okay, you write one line here now. This is a peculiarity of Bahmani architecture and architecture during Akbar's period. Akbar and Bahmanis, both of them use this kind of structure. Lotus, bell, swastika, animals, and swans in images. Bahmani and Akbar. Okay, and paintings or murals are also drawn on wall during Mughal age, only during the time of Akbar. Okay, because Akbar is a kind of personality who was accepting of various traditions. He was not a very staunch follower of Quran. So that is the reason why he permitted all these kind of innovations. So that is the reason why when Aurangzeb became the emperor, first and foremost what he did is he whitewashed all the palaces which were constructed by Akbar. They had very good painting tradition. But what he did is, because he thought that it is un-Islamic, he called for a whitewashing of the entire painting structure. Okay, so we lost many brilliant paintings because of his bigotry. So that is the case. Next one is, okay, now we'll see the Delhi Sultanate. Okay, so for each dynasty, okay, I'll just give a few points which are important. Okay, so rest of the things are same. Structure is same. Okay, then based on that, each individual dynasty, it had its own uniqueness. So 5 dynasties are there in total. Okay, slave dynasty, Qutbuddin Aibak se leke. Okay, so till whom? Who is the last slave ruler? Last slave dynasty ruler. Yes. Balban is the last slave dynasty ruler. Okay, so last prominent one is Balban. So from Qutbuddin Aibak to Balban's time, okay, the slave dynasty, once they came into India, okay, they had their own idea of construction style, but they did not bring any major architects from Central Asia to India. Okay, because they are riding tribe into India, so they did not bring any architects back to India. So that is the reason why what they did is, once they came into India, their first act is, during the establishment of Delhi Sultanate, is they destroyed a lot of Hindu temples and Jain temples which are present in India. So what they did is, after destroying these temples, they converted the temples into mosques. Okay, they did not construct a new thing because they did not bring architects of their own. So what they did is they destroyed the temples and converted the same temples into mosques. And along with converting temples to mosques, one more thing that they did is they tried to construct some arches and domes in India. But all their attempts to construct arch and dome, they failed. Okay, except for last one, okay, there is Balban tomb. Only in Balban tomb we find the true arch for the first time constructed in India. Before that, true arch is never constructed. Arch means this kind of structure. So arch was never constructed before. Only during their period this arch was constructed. Then along with that, if you see, okay, arch is one structure that they have done. Okay, then along with that, dome structure, dome they did not bring about. Then during the period of the slave dynasty, the most important construction is this Qutub Minar. You know Qutub Minar? Okay, Qutub Minar is constructed in the format of a big pillar. Okay, big pillar structure, and in fact, okay, this is containing a structure which is known as a reed structure. Reed structure means, if you see the outer part of the Qutub Minar, usually it has this kind of flutes. Yes or no? Okay, very fine carving like flutes will be there. Then along with that, the entire Qutub Minar structure is given calligraphy. Okay, on top of it there will be beautiful and intricate calligraphy is there. And on this structure, usually, okay, at 2 or 3 floors, every 2-3 floors, there will be one balcony which is extending. Okay, even though this balcony is not constructed for the sake of structural purpose, it means that no one is going to come and stand in the balcony because they are attached to this central structure. But it is for the sake of what? Aesthetical look. Okay, so this bundled reed structure is the one that they have adopted, along with these bands which are known as the balconies. And along with that, this pillar is tapering in shape. It means that the bottom is big, and on top, usually as you go to the top, it gets smaller in size, just like this pen. So this is known as a tapered format. So bundled reed structure in a tapered format is something which they have done. Okay, and this tapered format is very important for us. And Qutub Minar
it is in fact constructed in memory of a Chishti Sufi saint called Qutbuddin Bakhtiyar Khaki. It's not for Qutbuddin Aibak. You have to remember this. I think I have told it once beforehand too. It is for the sake of Qutbuddin Bakhtiyar Khaki that this structure has been constructed. And this Qutub complex, okay, it contains many other structures which are very important for us. First is this Qutub Minar. Okay, then the second is, in this Qutub complex itself, we have the iron pillar. You remember the iron pillar? Okay, Chandragupta period, Chandragupta II period, an iron pillar was erected at Mehroli. And this has been shifted to this Qutub complex by the Pala rulers of Delhi. Okay, Pala rulers were present. Okay, Pala rulers, not Pala rulers. Okay, the person's name is Angapala. Angapala is the person who laid the foundation for the city of Delhi. Delhi as a city was laid down by this person called Anangapala, and this same person, he shifted this iron pillar from Mehroli region to Delhi region. Okay, so that is the second structure which is present in the Qutub complex. And third is, there is a mosque here which is known as Kavatul Islam Mosque, and this mosque is originally a Jain temple. If you go there, okay, structurally, if you enter the temple, immediately you see, mosque, immediately you see a Hindu structure. Essentially, Hindu structure with its mandapas, garbhagriha, everything is there. But, okay, whatever animal and human images are present on the pillar, they have been, okay, destroyed. And only the pillars remain today. So this is known as the famous Kavatul Islam Mosque. Okay, and these are the important structures which are constructed. And along with that, in Ajmer, they have constructed one more mosque which is known as Adai Dinka Jopra. Adai Dinka Jopra. Okay, so Adai Dinka Jopra is a mosque which is constructed in Ajmer, and that is also a temple which has been converted into mosque. Okay, sometimes what they used to do is, after completely destroying the temple, the same material which is used to after the destruction of the temple, they used to re-erect the same temple in the format of a mosque. Sometimes they used to just destroy the sculptures and convert the temple into a mosque. Okay, sometimes demolish and reconstruct with the same material. Sometimes clear out the sculpture and convert it into a Islamic structure. So these are the two techniques that they have used, and the only true arch is Balban's tomb is given there. So this is a slave architectural style. Is this clear? Okay, so just have a look at this section. Okay, Qutub Minar. So this is a bundled reed structure with a tapering top. Okay, and it has fruits on top of it. And this entire fruited structure is decorated with a calligraphy. Okay, then Adai Dinka Jopra, they constructed in Ajmer. Kavatul Islam Mosque. Okay, this is the, I think the image is not given here. Okay, it will be present on this side. Kavatul Islam Mosque. Okay, then fluted structure is there with extending balconies. Okay, then Balban's tomb is the first true arch, and the stone which is used to construct this Qutub complex is red and buff colored sandstone. Very important. And the calligraphy which is present in this Kufic style of Islamic calligraphy. Okay, so you just highlight the words that I am asking you to. Okay, on top of it, don't you think that this is a white marble? Okay, so red buff color sandstone along with white marble. Three stones are used. Red and buff colored sandstone along with white marble is used. Okay, and see, if they ask a question, which of the following are part of the Qutub Minar complex, then you have to see this. Okay, Qutub Minar, Alai Darwaja, Alai Minar, Kavatul Islam Mosque, tomb of Iltutmish, and iron pillar. So nearly 5 structures are part of Qutub complex. Okay, you write it down. All of them are part of the Qutub complex. Okay, it was built in memory of Qutbuddin Bakhtiyar Khaki. Okay, near to Qutub Minar is the Kavatul Islam Mosque, which was built on the ruins of Lal Kot of the previous Hindu kingdom and is known to be one of the first mosques in the country. Okay, and when it comes to Qutub Minar, it was started by Qutbuddin Aibak. Okay, but it was finally finished by Firoz Shah Tughlaq. Okay, Firoz Shah Tughlaq is the one who finished it. It was started by Qutbuddin Aibak, okay, and continued by Iltutmish and Alauddin Khilji. Okay, write it down. Okay, started by Qutbuddin Aibak. I think it's given here in the first line. No, it was built by Aibak, right? So he was the one who laid the foundation. Okay, but he wanted to construct it into a 3-floor complex. That's it. Later, one more floor was added by Iltutmish. Then, okay, after that, okay, there was a thunder, okay, because of which lightning was there and the complex got destroyed. and it is Firoz Shah Tughlaq who repaired this Qutub Minar and placed the 5th floor, which is marble floor. Okay, was placed by this person, Firoz Shah Tughlaq. Alauddin Khilji. Okay, he also made some improvements to the structure. Then the next one is iron pillar. Okay, it was originally erected by Chandragupta to Vikramaditya. Okay, in front of a Vishnu temple at Udaygiri. Okay, you highlight this. Remember Udaygiri? Okay, talk about this Udaygiri cave temple. Okay, Varaha Murti image. Yes, so at the same place there is a Vishnu temple in front of which this pillar was originally established. Okay, but Anangapal, he shifted it to Delhi from Udaygiri. Okay, and Firoz Shah Tughlaq also was very much interested in ancient Indian history. He is the one who shifted 2 Ashokan pillars to Delhi. Okay, so I'll talk about it later too. Okay, so these kind of things can be asked as questions. Anangapal. Okay, and the pillar has a Sanskrit inscription to it. Not very important. Okay, this is a Meroli iron pillar. Okay, it has unrusted even today. Okay, Guptan age metallurgies. Okay, prominence is it is done with okay very minimal impurities. Okay, usually rust happens because of impurities, and okay, all the impurities were removed, so that's the reason why it did not get rusted. Okay, now we'll move to the next dynasty, that is Khilji dynasty. So when it comes to Khilji dynasty, during Khilji rule, okay, the most important thing which was done is, first and foremost, the true dome in India was constructed first by Alauddin Khilji. True dome. Okay, that is their most prominent contribution. And along with that, okay, Alauddin Khilji, he constructed this darwaja. Okay, this is also an entrance gateway. You're sensing it. Okay, but it looks like a full-fledged structure, and it has okay nearly 3 entrances from 3 sides. Okay, in fact, on 4 sides you will have. Okay, one is entrance point, and this is known as the famous Alai Darwaja. And this was constructed after his victory over okay this Rajasthan Rajputs. Okay, particularly after his victory over Chittor. Okay, so Chittor region. Okay, he has won against Chittor. You remember the story. Okay, Padmavati. So that Chittor, after defeating Chittor, after coming back to Delhi, he constructed this Alai Darwaja in commemoration of his victory. Okay, in commemoration of his victory, and it is a very, very famous one. Okay, UPSC has asked a question on Akbar constructing Buland Darwaja. So Alauddin Khilji constructing Alai Darwaja is also important. Okay, Buland Darwaja was constructed after Akbar won over Gujarat region. Okay, but here it is after the victory over Chittor, he constructed this Alai Darwaja. Okay, and this is the first true dome in India. See how small the dome is. From here, you can see the evolution till Taj Mahal. So the dome became very large structure and bulbous structure. Okay, but here it is a very, very small domical structure. Okay, and this construction, it contains yellow sandstone, red sandstone. Okay, these are not paints. They are the color of the stone. Okay, don't think that they are painting. Okay, they are the color of the stone, yellow, red, and along with that, marble also has been used here and there. And this is what Jali looks like. You understanding Jali? Okay, Jali is originally a tradition which has been developed in Rajasthan region. Okay, Rajasthan region, this originally got developed, Rajasthan and Gujarat region. Okay, you remember Marur Gujar style? Marur Gujar style, you remember? Okay, I talked about this Solanki Sun Temple, Modera. Okay, so there first this was developed. And this was adopted by later Islamic invaders to India. Okay, which contains, okay, it can permit light and air into the interiors of the structure. So this is known as Jali work. So red sandstone, white marble and yellow sandstone. And domical structure, first dome. So all of these things are there, okay, and here also he also used a lot of calligraphy in order to decorate the structure. Okay, arcuate style, true dome. The domed gateway is decorated with red sandstone and inlaid white marble decorations, and inscriptions are present in Nasak script here, but not very important. No need to remember the side, the type of this script also. Latticed, okay, stone screens are present. Okay, just remember that Nasak means calligraphy. Okay, you don't need to remember which place, what kind of calligraphy is used, not required. Okay, so but 3 kinds of stones, you write it down. Okay, yellow, red, and white marble. White marble, yellow sandstone, red sandstone, and white marble. So are you understanding this Darwaja concept? Okay, it is an entrance gateway. Okay, through which you can enter into a structure. Okay, 4 directions there will be openings, and on 4 sides you have this kind of arches. Okay. Enormity, okay, big structures. Usually all of these are very big structures. Okay. Next one is Tughlaq style. Yes, nothing else. Okay. So only the most important ones only we'll discuss. Okay. We need not, no one is going to ask us a question on Khilji architecture in mains. Okay, their contributions, most prominent one. Okay, they will ask a question on that. Okay. And if they ask also, you know the points. Okay, some 8 points plus some 2-3 points. Remember? Okay, now the next one is Tughlaq architecture, and during Tughlaq architecture, the most prominent builders are both Muhammad bin Tughlaq and Firoz Shah Tughlaq. And from their period, okay, the focus on tombs, it started increasing. They started constructing huge tombs, and along with that, fortification system was also perfected by the Tughlaqs. What they did is they are the ones who started the tradition of constructing double-walled fortifications. Okay, and double-walled fortifications are very difficult to breach. Means that fort will be constructed. Okay, and usually if there is an attack, the enemies will try to breach the fort. So what they used to do is they used to have this air-gapped double fort wall, and it is very, very difficult to breach this fort wall. So this double wall structure they started, and along with that, okay, they are the ones who started constructing these kind of projections on the walls of fort, which are known as bastions. Remember Indus Valley civilization, so I talked about these bastions. Okay, so bastion, double walled fortification, they only developed. Then along with that, okay, they are the ones who started this tradition of, okay, this walls which are known as battered walls. Battered walls means the wall will be sloping in direction, okay, this way. Okay, so you see this structure, the walls are in sloping format. Yes or no? Okay, sloping format. So this is known as battered wall structure. Battering, okay, batter means support. Battered wall structure it is called. So battered wall structure they developed. Okay, then along with that, tombs they started focusing upon. They started constructing double walled forts with bastions. Okay, and along with that, the Tughlaq architecture is known for, okay, it is the first one to use this amalak and kalash on top of the tomb. Okay, amalak and kalash Taj Mahal may be here. So that was started by the Tughlaqs first. Okay, amalak and kalash. And okay, see, Muhammad bin Tughlaq and Firoz Shah Tughlaq, both of them, they are very much interested in integration of the Hindu construction style with Islamic construction style. So what they used to do is they used to build their buildings which have a combination of pillars and arch. You getting it? Pillars, arch, lintel, arch, beams and arch, all these combinations they started trying, and they started constructing buildings on the combination of Hindu and Islamic architectural style. And it later got perfected during Mughal period. Okay, that is the reason why, if you see, in Taj Mahal, I told you that there is an arch, and around it there is a rectangular structure. Okay, the rectangular structure is not similar to your lintel. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? So arch is there. On top of it, there is a rectangular structure, and the rectangular structure is not similar to that lintel. Yes. So that was perfected by the Mughals, but it was started by these people. Okay, where arch beam combination, arch pillar combination, arch, what is this? Arch lintel combination. So all of these things they started. Okay, amalak kalash they brought into the system. Battered wall structures they started building. Okay, and the Tughlaq architecture is very, very prominent because it influenced many local Islamic construction styles in India. Because after Muhammad bin Tughlaq itself, Bahmani Sultanate emerged, and the Bahmanis, when they were coming from Delhi to Deccan region, they brought the same architectural system to Deccan region. And in Deccan, the Bahmani architecture is based on the Tughlaq style. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? And after Muhammad bin Tughlaq, okay, the empire also got divided into various small factions, and these factions also, okay, they started having their own construction styles, but the base is Muhammad bin Tughlaq style. Are you understanding what I'm trying to say? Okay, so this is very, very important. And see here, red sandstone plus marble. Okay, the color effect are you see? Okay, is it not good? Multicolored marbles, opus sectile style. Okay, so this is the one. Arch beam combo they started. Okay, dome with amalak and kalash, battering of walls, double walled forts with bastions. Okay, and their structures look very real and have a solid strength to them. Sandstone they started using, arch beam lintel combination, and Firoz Shah Kotla is the best example for a Firoz Shah Kotla stadium, you know, okay, Delhi. Okay, that is originally a palace ground of Firoz Shah Tughlaq. Okay, that was constructed into cricket stadium later. Okay, Firoz Shah Kotla is the best example. Then after that, you can also write the Tughlaq tombs. Tughlaq tombs. Tughlaq tombs, which are enclosed in park-like structures. Which are enclosed in park-like structures. The people following me? Okay. So the next one is after Tughlaqs. Okay, the next important rulers who constructed some important structures are Lodis.
Okay, lodis. And these lodis are very prominent for us because, okay, they gave a lot of inspiration to the Mughals. First and foremost, okay, the most important contribution of the lodis is, okay, they started constructing these octagonal structures. Okay, till now, all the structures we have seen are either rectangular or square type. These are the people who started constructing octagonal tombs. Okay, octagonal means 8-sided tombs. Okay, the structure will be from outside. If you see, it will look like a star. Remember the stellate plan of Hoysalas, okay, Ramappa temple. So all of those things we have discussed thoroughly. Remember, similarly, this is also almost like a star and octagonal structure they started. And along with the octagonal structure, these are the people who started constructing huge domes, which are known as bulbous domes for the first time. Okay, bulbous domes and double doming structures. All of these things were started by the lodis. And along with that, okay, they are the ones who started constructing these kind of pillared halls in front of their tombs, okay, which are known as pillared colonnades. Okay, can you see the pillared colonnade there? Okay, in front of the tomb, they started constructing these pillared halls, which are known as pillared colonnades. Okay, isn't it a pillared structure similar to the mandapa of Hinduism? Yes or no? Mandapa is the same. So slowly, okay, see how a new construction style in itself is evolving. Okay, and along with that, these things, they are the ones who first used Chhatri as a concept. Chhatri, you know? What is Chhatri? Kiosk. Okay, on top there will be a dome, on bottom there will be pillars. Then it is known as kiosk or Chhatri. So that was also started by these people. Okay, you can see this Chhatris being used. Okay, pillar plus domical structure. Then center, the dome is also becoming larger by the time. Okay, a double dome structure. Chhatris they used. Okay, garden enclosures, octagonal tombs, and colonnaded surrounding. Okay, all of these things were the new innovations which were brought by the lodis into India. So just check it once, okay, how the structure is evolving over a period of time. Okay, are there any Chhatris there? Okay, are there any Chhatris here? No, right? Okay, it is these people who use the Chhatris for the first time. Colonnaded structure, is there anywhere else colonnaded structure? Okay, here first colonnaded structure has started. Okay, then along with that, the shape of the structure is also octagonal. You can sense it from here itself, that it has 8 sides. Bolke. Are you following? Okay, so this is very important. Okay, then next one is the provincial style. Lodi tombs. Okay, Delhi mein Lodi tombs is a very big structure. Okay, very big place. Lodi tombs. Okay, if you by chance visit Delhi anytime, okay, you have to visit all these things. Very, very good places. Okay, all of them. Okay, architecturally and structurally, you will be very much impressed. And if you have a brief idea also, then after going there, okay, you can hire a guide and you can trouble him too. Okay, so that is okay my agenda. Okay, usually they might be knowing some things about the local region, local history. They might be knowing better. Okay, but structurally they are very poor. Okay, they will not be able to tell anything. Okay, one thing apart from another. And okay, they don't even know the links between one structure and the previous structure. Okay, local region, whatever is there, they will be very good about it. Okay, some fascinating stories they will tell. Okay, Belur Halebid also, if you go, they do the same thing. Okay, but if you say Vesara architectural style, they will not know. Okay, but they will know the temple. Okay, what kind of structure is there and stuff. But the links they don't know. Okay, so is it clear? But whenever you go any place, okay, please hire a good guide. Okay, it's very important. Next one is okay, provincial style. There are 4 styles: Gujarat, Jaunpur, Manda, and Bengal school. Earlier, I never used to teach them, but UPSC forced me to teach these things also. Okay, because they are asking questions from these sections. Particularly on Jaunpur architecture, they asked a question in 2017 or 18. Okay, that's the reason why I was forced to expand this. Okay, now when it comes to these constructions, very simple. All 4 dynasties they split from Delhi Sultanate during Tughlaq period. So all 4 dynasties they had Tughlaq influence on their buildings. Are you getting this? Then along with Tughlaq influence, each region it developed based on the locally available materials its own unique style of constructing mosques and tombs. Are you getting? Base is Tughlaq. On top of it, local influences also played their role. And of these 4 schools, the most important one is Gujarat school. Because what happened is in Gujarat, a genuine composite culture has evolved. And in Gujarat, most of the mosques which are constructed, they are exact replicas of temples. Okay, if you go into the interior, you can't differentiate between a mosque and a temple. Okay, but from the exterior, you will be able to see some domes and chhatris. Then you will be able to identify this as an Islamic structure. Otherwise, if you go into the interior, exactly the temple and mosque are exactly the same.
So that is the most unique aspect of the Gujarat architectural style. Okay, I'll show the images also of the said thing. Then when it comes to Bengal region has very different climate when compared to other regions. In Bengal, usually there is a heavy rainfall, and in Bengal region also, one more thing is stone is not available in Bengal because it is a delta region. So most of this, this delta region is formed based on sediments of sand, because of which stone availability is very difficult in Bengal region. So in Bengal region, what the people started doing is they started constructing buildings with the help of bricks and along with that terracotta flakes. Bricks and terracotta flakes, they are made out of clay. Clay is available for them, but stone is unavailable for them. So in Bengal region, the most unique aspect is this construction with the help of bricks and terracotta flakes. Then along with these things, in Bengal region usually has higher rainfall, because of which what they did is they started constructing this unique form of roof, okay, which is known as Bengal roof. Okay, Bengal roof is, okay, not an exact dome, because on dome 2 at the edges there will be square rectangular places, and if the water stagnates there, then the building will be affected in long run. That is the reason why what they did is they started going constructions for in the form of this roof, which is known as a Bengal roof. Bengal roof is a vaulted roof, and vaulted roof structure usually is more capable of draining out the water. Yes, hut is there, let's suppose. Hut will drain the water easily when compared to any flat roof structure. So what they did is they started constructing their entire mosques and other palaces also in this Bengal roof format. And this Bengal roof format was later continued by the Britishers too. Britishers also constructed their palaces in this Bengal roof format because they are more suited to the local climatic conditions. You remember this Ahom temple, Shaktipita, okay, Kamakya temple. So there also I have shown you this Bengal roof structure. Remember? Okay, because in order to tolerate the rain in the local region, they started constructing in Bengal roof format. So Bengal Islamic architecture also is constructed in the same way. Okay, locally available material like brick, terracotta flakes along with the Bengal roof structure. So these two things are used by Bengal construction style. Then when it comes to Manda region, Manda is present in Madhya Pradesh. Okay, in Madhya Pradesh, there emerged a architectural style which is exactly the same like Tughlaq architecture. Okay, no difference at all. Tughlaq architecture and these people's architecture is one and the same. Then along with that, Jaunpur is there. We'll see the specific uniqueness of Jaunpur also. We'll see. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? So first we'll see the Gujarat architectural style. Okay, or otherwise Bengal. Okay, Bengal is based on locally available materials usage. Okay, so terracotta flakes and brick built structures they started doing. Then along with that, usage of sloping bangla roof. So this is a terracotta flake based thing. Okay, if you remember, even in Nalanda University also I told about this terracotta flakes, which will be attached to the structure. Because of unavailability of stone to carve, what they used to do is they used to make their images in terracotta. You remember, pot-like structures they used to make and they used to attach it to the Nalanda Mahavira's walls. I talked about it, okay, I am sure, okay. So, then curvilinear roofs is one more thing that they started, okay, constructing. Okay, small domes and arches, their domes are very small. Okay, and the main constructions are present in two places, Gaur and Pandua. Okay, both of them are in Bengal. Okay, and the most important one are Dakli Darwas and Chota Sona Mosque are the most important ones. Okay, and this is Dakli Darwas. Okay, Dakli Darwas is this one. Okay, you see the fortification with bastions. Are you able to see? Okay, is it not similar to the Tughlaq style? Okay, bastion-based fortification. Okay, entrance gateway. Terracotta flakes and brick built structures, usage of sloping bangla roofs, curvilinear roofs. The next one is Gujarat. Okay, this is a mosque in the interior. Okay, can you see the exact replica of a temple? Almost similar to a temple. Okay, and here this is Jali work. You able to see the Jali work? Okay, so remember Ranika Vav, yes, okay, the inverted temple structure. Okay, there also you might have seen this kind of Jali structure work. I told you that many designs for the saris also were, Patola saris was also given there on the lake. Okay, so this kind of structure is known as Jali. Okay, then pillared structures. Then, okay, usage of Hindu and Jain style in the interior. In the interior, temple structure in a mosque sanctuary. Okay, outside it will look this way. Inside, okay, there will be a temple complex. So that way. Then there is richness of ornamentation, delicately carved stone screens which are known as jalis. And in Gujarat region, I told you that Okay, most of the temples will have this step wells beside them. Mosques also similarly started having this baulis. Bauli means step well. Okay, step well is known as bauli. And if you remember, okay, this one more thing I talked about is this temple structure which are known as Dilwara temple group. Okay, Dilwara temple group. So Dilwara temple group also carved ceilings will be there. Okay, ceiling decoration is there. So carved ceiling structure is there. Okay, and the most important one is Jami Mosque of Cambay and Ahmedabad. Both of them were same style. Okay, the excessive usage of decorated pillar, and this is very, very important one, that is Champner Pavgada Archaeological Park. Okay, that is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Champner Pavgada. Yes. You know about this ruler called Muhammad Begada? Any idea? Okay, a person who had a huge appetite. Okay, used to eat nearly, okay, a full sheep or goat he used to consume. Okay, and that too only one time a day. Okay, huge appetite. Okay, very, very huge personality also, okay, with large mustache and stuff. Muhammad Begada. Okay, so I didn't talk about him. That person is the one who constructed this Champner Pavgada. Okay, Champner Pavgada. And okay, you remember this Humayun's invasion over Gujarat region? He came, he defeated, okay, without properly stabilizing the local region. He went back. Who is the ruler he defeated in Gujarat? Remember that Rani Karnavati episode where she sent a Rakhi to Humayun to come and protect her from a Gujarat ruler? Who is the Gujarat ruler? Who is the Gujarat ruler? He was also later killed by the Portuguese too. I think I remember speaking about them too. You have to pick up your revision. Entire class is mom. Okay, but I also don't remember the name. Okay, but I'll get back to it. Okay, sooner or later I'll come to the name. Okay, Humayun, Gujarat, campaign, Karnavati, attack. Okay, Rakhi she sent. He was killed by Portuguese. Very, very important ruler, sir. This is his name. He is a successor of Muhammad Begada. Bahadur Shah. Yes. Okay, he's Bahadur Shah. Okay, I only remembered it finally. So it's Bahadur Shah. Okay, very, very prominent ruler of Gujarat region. You should remember. Okay, he was killed by the Portuguese finally in a boat conflict between them. Okay, over the control of Daman and Diu. I talked about him. Okay, Bahadur Shah. Okay, Bahadur Shah is a prominent one. Okay, so he is a successor of Muhammad Begada. Muhammad Begada is the person who constructed this Champner Pavgada. You write it down. Okay, Muhammad Begada, Champner Pavgada Archaeological Park. Okay, so this is evidence of blend of Persian and Indian styles of decor in the form of kalash engraved on mihrab. Okay, mihrab is there, right, which shows the direction of Kaaba. Okay, on top of it, they started placing the Hindu kalash. Okay, kalash on top of mihrab. So this is Champner Pavgada Archaeological Park. Isn't it like a mandapa? Okay, on top of it there are domes. Okay, then along with that they also have, okay, this turret structure attached to the central building. Minar, if it is attached to the central building, it is known as guldasta or, okay, or turret. Okay, so this thing is also there. So all of these are, okay, very much similar to Hindu plus Islamic architectural style is Gujarat architectural style. And this style had a major influence on Akbar's construction later. You getting this? Okay, slowly see how the construction style is evolving. Okay, then the next one is Malwa school. It is exactly the same like, okay, Muhammad bin Tughlaq's Tughlaq style. Okay, usually some interesting things are it contains very large windows. Okay, large window structures are present. Okay, this Manda region, it is very close by to this Khajuraho temple group. So that is also present in Madhya Pradesh, and this is also present in Madhya Pradesh region. So naturally, the local Khajuraho Chandela group of school, it had its influence on these people. Okay, if you remember, the Khajuraho temple structure also has huge balconies, window structures. Remember diagram? Okay, Mahadev temple we talked about, Kandriya Mahadev temple. Okay, so that same one, and there are no minars here. Okay, this is important. No minars. Then battering effect in construction. We're seeing the sloped wall. Okay, battering effect is there. Then here also there are baulis, locally available material they used, and it is also environmental adaptation that they have done. And mainly here we see arch lintel combination. Arch and lintel combination is there. Arch and lintel combination. Okay, and the buildings are also constructed on high platforms with a flight of steps. Is it not similar to the Khajuraho temple? Okay, the temple will be on a huge base which can be accessed only through flight of steps. So that is that. Okay, second one is it also used colored stones and tiles, and the most important ones are Hindol Mahal and Ashrafi Mahal. Hindol Mahal and Ashrafi Mahal. Okay, Baj Bahadur Roopmati story I talked about. Remember? Okay, two lovers, and Banda was invaded by Akbar and one of his brothers. Okay, what he did is he tried to capture this Roopmati and she committed suicide. And Baj Bahadur, he later became a famous musician in Akbar's court, for which his brother was killed. You remember Roopmati Baj Bahadur story? So both of them belong to the same region. Okay, write it down at least. Baj Bahadur and Roopmati. Baj Bahadur and Roopmati belong to Manda. Mandu. School is known as Malwa school. Baj Bahadur and Roopmati belong to Mandu. Is this clear? Okay. So this way we have to see, and the next one is Jaunpur school. Not very important. Okay. Battering effect is one. You see the battering effect. Okay. Then arch beam combination. Okay. Arch and beam combination they used to use. And along with the arch beam combination, their main focus is, rather than the internal structure, the facade of the mosque is more important for them. Facade means, okay, the ornamental entrance way, okay, is known as facade. Remember in cave architecture we talked about facade. So here also these are facades. Okay, facades means ornamental gateway. Okay, ornamental gateway into the structure. Okay, and these people, okay, they converted these minars into, okay, these structures which are known as propylons. Okay, propylons structure. Okay, sloping sides are there, right? This entire structure is known as propylon. Okay, propylon, not very important. Okay, not very important. Okay, and the arch is also narrowing as one goes up. Okay, this structure, it is this way, tapering structure. So that is known as a recessed arch structure. And the most important ones are Atla Masjid and Jami Masjid Jaunpur. Okay, Atla Masjid and Jami Masjid Jaunpur. This Jaunpur school is mainly present in Uttar Pradesh. Okay, Uttar Pradesh Jaunpur school. Okay, so just remember that battering effect, exactly the same like Tughlaq architecture. Along with that, okay, what they did is they are the ones who started this tradition of constructing facades for mosques. Mosque entrance way, they constructed a facade. Okay, and this facade usually had a recessing arch, okay, which is a tapering arch kind of structure they started doing. It means that usually arch has the sides very slant and straight, but here the arch will look like this way. Okay, on top of it again there will be an arch kind of structure. So that is what is known as a recessed arch or tapering arch. Is this clear? So all of these things are important for us. So the next one is, okay, so of these things there is a high possibility of a question on Gujarat. You put a star mark near Gujarat. Okay, Gujarat is the only place where there is high possibility of a question. Okay, so this finishes the architectural styles, provincial architectural styles. Next one is Mughal architectural style, I think. Is it Mughal? Bahmani. Okay, so Bahmani is also one more provincial school just like these four. Okay, all of them are, okay, the breakaway kingdoms from Tughlaq. So naturally these people also had Tughlaq influence, and here their main influence is, one is battered walls, and second one is fort complexes based on double walls, same thing. Okay, then they also constructed bastions which are similar to earlier time. Okay, solid semicircular bastions means they will look this way. Okay, so bastions can be constructed in two fashions. One is this, one is this. Okay, semicircular bastions they constructed. Okay, and heavy and strong gateways. heavy and strong gateways. If you remember, in Vijayanagara architecture also I talked about these gateways, which had this dome and arch structure. Similar to that, okay, here also there are heavy and strong gates, battered walls, fort complexes, and okay, so they also constructed many lofty archways like Charminar. That also comes under Bahmani architecture because the successor states are also Bahmani. Yes or no? Okay, Charminar is the best example. Then some places what they did is without attaching to any structure, they constructed some independent minars. Minar means okay, just a minaret constructed okay in center of something. Okay, so there is a minar in Daulatabad which is known as Chand Minar. You know about this? Okay, in fact, it is considered to be an astronomical observatory. Okay, Chand Minar in Daulatabad. Along with that, bulbous domes. Bulbous domes, they are the, because you write it down here. Bulbous domes is Persian influence. Is Persian. Bulbous domes is okay, bulbous domes, Persian influence. Then I told you about this dome in lotus petals. Okay, drum will be converted into an open lotus structure this way. Okay, and on top of it, the dome will be constructed. A very poor drawing, but I think you got the idea. Okay, so lotus petals based drum structure. Okay, then they also used tall drums and long domes. Okay, and okay, the largest dome in India is constructed by the Bahmanis. Where is it located? Bijapur. What is the structure name? Gol Gumbad. Yes, so that is the largest dome in India. So Gol Gumbad is the big domes and color domes. You write the example of Gol Gumbad. Gol Gumbad. Okay, they also used decorated minars. Okay, and they also used 3 arched facades. Okay, facade means always remember that it is ornamental entranceway. Yes, this is the facade, and these are 3 arches are present here, not 1. Yes, 1, 2, 3. So and it is also decorated a little. Okay, this is the image of Gol Gumbad. Yes, and the minar is also decorated with this kind of balconied structures with windows. This is also unique to them. Okay, minar decoration. Then along with that, 3 arched ways. Okay, and most of these domes, okay, unfortunately what happened is originally they are all colored domes. Okay, they are all colored domes. Okay, and if you see the landscape of Deccan, it used to look like, okay, you know about this Aladdin cartoon, Aladdin cartoon, okay, Aladdin Jasmine, you know. Okay, so there if you see, okay, from the skyline in cartoons it is shown sometimes that most of the domes had varied colors. Okay, some are red in color, some are blue in color. So that same way, okay, here also in Deccan region, all the domes used to have their own colors. Okay, and they were very, very well preserved. Okay, and they used to, okay, derive color from, okay, various precious stones, and they used to paint these domes. Very, very good colors. Okay, but during the British rule, what happened is the Britishers wanted to preserve these things. And some of the domes were falling because lime plaster is, even though it can survive longer than clay, it is not as effective as cement. Yes or no? So many of the domes, they started falling into the interior. So what the Britishers did is, okay, they started plastering them with cement. And once they started plastering with the cement, okay, they did not actually try to revive the color which is present in the interior. They just plastered on top with cement. You're getting what I'm trying to say? Because of which, okay, all the structures, they became dull and, okay, this way. Now they have become this way. This is all British contribution. Now, so whatever is beautiful in India, they spoiled it. Okay, so here also they did the same thing. They plastered the entire dome structure on top with cement, because of which the color is lost. And color is the most beautiful aspect. Just imagine if you go to a place and the city has many colored domes here and there, will it not look very, very attractive to the eye? Okay, but the entire beauty was spoiled by the Britishers. And now, okay, many trusts, what they're trying to do is they're trying to flake off this cement. Okay, and if they wanted to really preserve the dome, they should have done the cementing from the inside. That would have been more easy, and the beauty will also have been preserved. Okay, but now, okay, they're trying to revive these things, and this project has started in the Qutub Shahi tombs of Hyderabad. Okay, they're doing this. They're flaking off the cement, and they're trying to repaint these things with their original color.
Okay, then consider the beauty that it will have. Okay, so that way. So when it comes to just Bahmanids, you listen to me. Okay, the most important ones are they are very much influenced by the Tughlaq architecture, battered wall structure. Okay, fortification with double walls, bastions, everything is exactly the same. Then along with that, okay, they are also influenced by the Persians, and Persians are the ones who gave to the world the concept of this bulbous dome, and bulbous dome was adopted by these people. And along with bulbous dome, the next important thing that they have done is, okay, they started placing the dome inside of a lotus petal, open lotus petal structure. Okay, here also you can see the lotus petals. Are you able to see? The drum is made in the form of lotus petals. So that is also one more contribution of theirs. Then along with this lotus petal structure, their domes used to be multicolored domes. Multicolored domes is one more thing that they have done. They started decorating the minarets. Okay, then the entrance gateway of the tomb or mosque is also decorated with facades. Okay, and that too they did with a 3-arched facade kind of structure. So these kind of things were done by the Bahmanids, and Bahmanids' contribution to Indian architecture is very huge. Okay, and along with that, they also influenced the Mughal structure too later. Okay, so these are some of the things with respect to the Bahmanids. Okay, and they also constructed some minars. Which one? Yes, Hasan Gangu is originally from Persia. He's a Shia from Persia. So he came to the court of Muhammad bin Tughlaq and was asked to suppress a rebellion in south. So he came to Deccan region, and rather than suppressing the revolt, he led the revolt, just like Hariharan Bukka. Yes, so 1336 and 1348, I think, years when these things were established. 1336 is Hariharan Bukka, 1348 or 56, I don't remember exactly, is Bahmanid Sultanate. Just check the dates once. Remember the timeline? Okay, sir, you are gone. Okay, subject is also gone. Okay, after 6 months, if you come and ask me who am I, okay, you will have forgotten me too. If you forget about the subject, we would have forgotten you too. Okay, so don't have too much expectation on us, okay? You are telling, okay? Okay, independent minas, lofty archways, tall drums. Okay, all of these things were done by them. Are you understanding? You can write a simple answer on Bahmanid architecture based on this. Okay, and even a prelims bit comes, it will mainly come on these lines only. Okay, not more. Okay, if it goes further in depth, okay, then you leave it. No one in India is going to solve the question. Okay, don't worry. Okay, so whatever extent we can do, we'll do. Okay, then the next one is Mughal style. Okay, do you want a break or break? No break. Okay, very good. Okay, so I'll finish Mughal, and then after that I'll give a 10-minute break. Okay, but only today I'll be forced to wind up the class at 1 p.m. Okay, from tomorrow we'll start at 9. Okay, today I traveled here, so that's the reason why I came a little late. Okay, from tomorrow on the class will be from 9 a.m. Okay, to usual time, that is 1:15 p.m. Okay, so just today. Okay, next one is this Mughal architecture. Okay, the same things that we discussed earlier. Okay, all the good things from various architectural styles, they were brought and they were concentrated during Mughal period at one place. Okay, and of these things, the most important one are bulbous domes. Okay, because bulbous domes is Persian and it was already being done in Bahmanid Sultanate, and along with that, Humayun stayed in Persian court for quite some time. Yes, 10-15 years nearly he stayed there, and after that only he came back to India. Because of all these influences, they brought the bulbous domes to India. Then their domes are also multicolored domes. Multicolored dome means till here we have seen most of the domes to be having single color, either white, red, okay, or whatever the color might be, with single color. But here, what they started doing is they started constructing the domes with, okay, multiple colors. Okay, let's suppose this is a dome. One strip of black granite, one strip of white marble, one strip of black granite. Okay, so this way, okay, they started constructing multicolored domes too. Usage of marble is the most important one. Earlier, most of the rulers, they never, okay, used marble entirely for the complete construction, because marble is a costly stone. Okay, but the Mughals had a lot of money, naturally. Okay, so what they did is they used marble with a great scope and effect. Okay, because what used to happen is earlier, okay, the multicolored marbles and sandstone is used for construction. Okay, but what Mughals did is they replaced all these colors with single color. Mughals had great liking towards white, so they constructed most of their buildings in white marble. Okay, I'll show you the buildings too. They are very beautiful to look. Okay, so then what they did is they also started constructing the same structure with a multiple number of domes. Okay, Jama Masjid in Delhi, same structure. Only one structure, but 3-4 domes on top. Okay, so that is also one more thing that they have done. Then elements of Delhi Sultanate, Persian, provincial styles, all of them are integrated. And one more important thing about the Mughals is they had imposing gateways. Okay, Buland Darwaja, I'll show it to you too.
okay, the gateways were so large that sometimes they started dominating the central structure. Okay, gateways became more important. Okay, because they are more visible, right? Okay, just like the gopurams, you remember? Okay, sometimes the gopurams started becoming more bigger than the Vimana, okay, particularly during Vijayanagara period. So all of these things are what? They are a method of projecting one's own power. Okay, this person has constructed such a big complex, means how powerful he might be. Okay, this is also one method of psychological domination. Yes, okay, most of the middle classes also try to do the same thing by constructing a good house. Okay, that becomes a big aim for them. Okay, because this is also a method to psychologically dominate others. Okay, so that's what they did, imposing gateways. Okay, and the important aspect of Mughals is till then, okay, most of the mosques, tombs, I told you that they had this liking for open spaces, large open halls they liked. But what they did is they started in the interiors of the domes, they started constructing multi-chambered halls. There will not be a single structure inside. Multi-chambered hall means it will have multiple number of chambers or rooms. If you enter into Taj Mahal, okay, Taj Mahal does not have, okay, the cenopath at one place and you can directly, after entering, you can't directly see it. What will happen is there will be multiple number of chambers and you have to pass through the chambers and then see the cenopath. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? Cenopath means the place where Mumtaz Mahal is buried. So if you want to see that, so that is surrounded by many halls. Are you getting this? So that is what is known as interior halled structure, not a single hall, but complex interiors which are partitioned in the tombs. And they experiment with Trebiate and arcuate style. Okay, arch and dome, okay, arch and pillar, these kind of things. And their experimentation, okay, it is even more evolved than earlier. What they used to do is one floor they used to construct in arcuate style. The second floor they used to construct in Trebiate. Third floor again arcuate. Fourth floor again Trebiate. Okay, so this way, one by one. Okay, Trebiate means temple construction style, arcuate means mosque construction style. So one by one. And in this is the very famous Taj Mahal. Here also, okay, one floor after the other. One floor is arcuate, the second floor is Trebiate. This way. Yes, sir. Trebiate and arcuate terminology I'm not understanding. I mean, combining both of them. Combining both of them, we can see the elements of combination from Tughlaq period. Okay, Amalak collection is Trebiate. Okay, but dome is arcuate. So both of them are combined. So roughly from, okay, the period of Tughlaq itself, the composite thing started. But it found its best expression during Mughal period. Are you getting this? So Panch Mahal is the best example. Then they also constructed huge palace fort complexes. Okay, and they perfected this concept called Charbagh concept. Okay, earlier also they used to put gardens in front of tombs and other structures. Okay, from the time of Tughlaq itself. But they were the ones who developed, perfected this style which is known as Charbagh style. Okay, so every term is important here. Next one is, okay, so they constructed a lot of buildings during their period. Okay, and during their period, this idea of beauty, okay, what is really pleasing to the eye, they started focusing upon that. Okay, and any art form, finally, its ultimate aim is to look aesthetically beautiful. Yes or no? Okay, and this aesthetic beauty, it is perfected during this period. That is the reason why Mughal construction style is known as the classical age for Indo-Islamic architecture. Okay, write it down. Classical age. Classical age means, remember Guptan age is also called classical age. Okay, the best forms are developed during this period. Along with that, they will become an inspiration for future generations too. Yes? So it is known as classical age of Indo-Islamic architecture. Okay, during Mughal period, the security of the kingdoms were also very safe. From the time of Humayun and Akbar to Aurangzeb's time, okay, there were no foreign invasions into India. Yes, okay, the peaceful conditions were there. The empire and emperor were very strong. So because of all these factors, they were able to focus on art. Okay, and in art, they focused mainly on architecture. And in architecture, they started constructing huge fort complexes, tombs, okay, mosques, all of these things they started investing their money on. And they were also able to develop a very fine sense of beauty, okay, fine idea of beauty. Okay, so for some people, okay, see, the thing is, this aesthetic concept is, okay, everyone will not have the same idea of what is beautiful. Each person has his own perspective and idea. So, on the Mughal idea of beauty, it is a very evolved form of idea. So, it is not crude. Okay, during Delhi Sultanate period, most of the buildings were very crude. Okay, but here their idea of beauty was so well developed. They had perfected the concept of beauty, and they constructed their mosques and their tombs on this format only. Okay, now just see this aesthetic element is very well developed. Okay, and the most important ones are they started from the time of Humayun. Okay, Babur's period, not much construction activity except for the Babri Masjid. Okay, and that also has been demolished, so no one is going to ask us a question on that. Okay, so because it is very controversial subject matter. Okay, so next we'll start with Humayun. Okay, so Humayun. Okay, so this is a Persian construction idea. Okay, and this is Humayun's tomb, which is present in Delhi. Okay, and you see, I'll show you the elements of various construction styles here. Okay, see, do you remember this pillared colonnade system? Whose influence is this? Pillared colonnade? Who started the, at least see the images. Pillared colonnade structure, who started? Lodi. Yes, Lodhis are the ones who started the pillared colonnade structure. Okay, so it contains the pillared colonnade structure. Okay, it also uses red sandstone plus marble. Okay, multicolored structures they started. Opus sectile is this. Okay, then if you see the dome, is it not onion shaped dome or bulbous dome? Okay, on top of it, can you see this filial? Okay, Amala Kalash influence. Okay, then along with that, three centered, okay, or facade is containing three arches. Whose influence is this? Bahmanid influence. Yes or no? Okay, then along with that, the facade is also very well decorated. Very well decorated facade. Okay, this is also Bahmani influence. Okay, then along with that, if you see, Chetris are there. Chetris are an influence of Lodi. Okay, Lodi influence is Chetri. Then along with that, okay, there are this attached turrets there, here and there, small projections are there. So all of these things are part of the Humayun's tomb, and it is placed in the center of a charbagh. Okay, which they brought the idea from Persia. Okay, Persian idea, charbagh concept. Okay, and once you enter the structure, there will not be, okay, a single chamber but multiple chambers. You can see the multiple chambers from here only. Okay, so it is containing many rooms inside. Okay, so all of these things. So tomb, it is constructed with red sandstone and white marble, double dome, complex interior, spacious park-like enclosure. Okay, and it also contains imposing gateways on all the four sides. Who used gateways earlier in forts? Khiljis also used the gateways. Okay, that is Alai Darwaja you were talking about. Okay, but Alai Darwaja is a commemorative gateway. It means that, okay, it's not a exact entrance to the complex. There are two different kinds of gateways. One is commemorative, one is functional. Commemorative means after you do some big achievement politically, then you construct, then it is known as commemorative. Then one more is, okay, a normal basic gateway, which is known as, okay, a basic gateway, and it's a functional gateway. And functional gateways are present from Bahmani Sultanate time. Okay, so this is also a functional gateway. Okay, functional gateways on the four sides, and it is built by, okay, Begum Bega, who is the first wife of Humayun after his death. Okay, and huge platform by it is constructed. It's not on ground. Okay, platform structure. It's one of the earliest specimen of the garden enclosure and is raised high on an arcaded sandstone platform. Okay, arcaded means this only. Okay, arcaded means colonnaded. Okay, pillars will be there. Then this tomb is octagonal in plan. Octagonal structures also are an influence of Lodhis. Okay, again, so crowned by a high dome, which is actually a double dome structure. Double dome also. Is it Lodhis? Double dome? Who started the double doming practice? Lodi. Okay, so it is exactly like the Lodi tombs. Okay, but larger in scale. Okay, larger in scale is larger in scale. Okay, and more beautiful aesthetically. So this is Humayun. Okay, is this clear? Okay, so after you go take a break for 10 minutes. After coming back, we'll discuss about Akbar's architecture. Okay, I hope so that I'll be able to finish this slide. Okay, for tomorrow we'll start with sculpture. Okay, sculpture, painting, music. Only 3 things are left. Okay. Oh, music, dance, drama. It will take some time. Okay, so maybe some 3-4 days it will take. Okay, but did you guys buy this book called Nitin Singhania? Okay, so but that book is
so huge. Okay, see, just by throwing history books, you can kill a person. Okay, spectrum. Okay, first shot, then second shot is Nitin Singhania, then the person is down, out. Okay, not reading. Okay, just by hitting only you can kill. Okay, reading is बहुत दूर की बात है. So that's why I'll ask you to read some specific sections from Nitin Singhania. So you carry the book tomorrow. Okay, if you have it, you carry. Okay, if you did not buy, I don't want to force you guys to buy. Okay, but just for reference sake, you have to use it. Okay, not reading structurally, because the book is so much of a mess. Okay, it doesn't contain an organized idea behind it. Okay, so it's very difficult to read and comprehend so many key terms here thrown here and there. Okay, so that the students will get confused. Okay, you have to carry a architectural dictionary along with you, okay, in order to read the book. So not very good book. But folk traditions is something which can't be taught. Okay, so those traditions you have to read from there only. Classical traditions, all classical traditions I'll teach. Classical means which are associated with a king, kingdom, empire. Okay, those kind of things I'll discuss. Folk means which are local traditions. So those things, okay, I'll give a plan also for you guys to make a map for that. Okay, let's suppose folk dances are there. Just I'm giving an idea. So each part of India has its own folk dance tradition. So and these folk dances also sometimes UPSC is asking questions. Then folk painting traditions also are there. So each area has its own folk painting tradition, folk drama, okay, then folk music is also there. So for all of these things, what you need to do is you need to buy a India political map. Okay, political map means with states designated in them. So there itself, you make one folk dance map, and the region which it belongs to, there you designate it. So suppose, okay, one dance form is there. Okay, one drama is there. Okay, one drama format is there. For Karnataka, there is a very famous drama format. What is it known as? Yakshaganam, right? So in Karnataka state, okay, in drama map, you write Yakshagana. Similarly, you go to Maharashtra. Okay, in Maharashtra, there is one more drama tradition. So you write it there. Okay, Nautangi is the drama format, which is Nautangi is in Uttar Pradesh. Now, Maharashtra's drama is I think Tamasha is the one. Dance. Okay. Okay. So you have to write it this way. So you first buy some 5-6 maps. Okay, you get them also tomorrow's class. Okay, so then I'll help you out with those things. Okay, so that's the case. 10 minutes break. We'll meet at somewhere around 11:50, 11:55. Okay, that's it. Thank you for your time.